Houston has been chosen as one of the locations to host the FIFA matches in June and July of 2026. You know what this means? There's going to be a lot of partying and a lot of people getting in trouble. This is what you need to know if you're going to a FIFA soccer or football match and end up on the wrong side of the law. First off, what are the most common types of offenses that come into play with all sporting events, let alone the World Cup? Well, we know that people like to tailgate pregame and have a little fun before. And they have a little bit more fun during the sporting event. And when things don't go their way, sometimes people get a little too rowdy and end up getting escorted out or put in handcuffs. The top criminal offenses that occur at sporting events like the FIFA World Cup involve alcohol or violence. So let's go over the first ones involving alcohol. Number 1, public intoxication. If somebody's had too much to drink and they appear to be a danger to themselves or others, law enforcement officers will not hesitate to detain and possibly arrest that individual. What normally happens is you're charged with a Class C offense in the state of Texas. That's called public intoxication. They're going to go ahead and put you in a jail so that you can more or less sober up. They call it the drunk tank, and you're eventually going to be given that citation and released, and you'll have to decide how to handle that. Keep in mind that a public intoxication conviction is not something that looks very good on your record. When you're applying for jobs and people see that you had that moment, they're going to look negatively upon hiring you. If you find yourself in a situation where you've been charged with public intoxication, you're going to want to consider a criminal defense attorney. One of the more serious alcohol-related offenses that come out of these sporting events is DWI. Nobody likes it happening on our roadways, but when you've been drinking, your decision-making is impaired. When you're intoxicated, you do not always make the best decisions. If you're somebody who's been drinking, whether it's before the game or during the game or even celebrating after the game, and you get on the road and you're pulled over, there is a 100% chance that if law enforcement smells it and sees those indicators of impairment, that you're going to jail for DWI. DWI is a life-altering offense. You can be convicted of DWI in the state of Texas and sent to jail for up to a year. Prosecutors are very aggressive with DWI prosecution because they know that an individual who is behind the wheel and was intoxicated could be a grave risk to the community, and they pursue these cases in Houston in particular with rigor. You're going to need a defense attorney to look at the case and make sure that law enforcement's investigation actually shows what they're accusing you of, that you were behind the wheel, operating while intoxicated. The definition of intoxication in the state of Texas is that you have lost the normal use of your mental and/or physical faculties, or there is a BAC, that's blood or alcohol content of 0.08 or more. Fighting a DWI is something that requires experience. It requires somebody who's been in the courtroom before, both as a prosecutor and a defense attorney, and seen everything there is when it comes to fighting that particular charge. The best way to avoid a DWI, of course, is to never get on the road after having some drinks. And with FIFA and so many people traveling around the city, we advise you to take that safe route, take that safe ride. That way, you don't have to spend money on any criminal defense attorney in the city of Houston. Finally, you know what's coming when it comes to sporting events in particular, but especially people cheering, arguing over their country's success in the World Cup. Things tend to get a little heated. And so what's that last criminal offense that we often see come out of these types of sporting events? It's an assault. People get in fights, and fights are very much fact-specific offenses that land somebody in trouble for assault. The fact-specific portion of it is usually both people were aggressive to start with, and you're going to need a criminal defense attorney to look at the case and advocate to the prosecutor whether this was actually a mutual engagement, two people agreeing to fight, or whether the other person was the primary aggressor and you just got charged because you won the fight. These are things that, when an assault occurs at a sporting event, are not always taken into consideration because police officers just want to keep the peace. They are going to arrest somebody. They are going to make sure that none of the other spectators get hurt. And their decision is going to be made very early on, very quickly. And it does not mean that it was the accurate or right choice under those circumstances. And so if you're somebody who's at a sporting event, whether it's FIFA, professional football game, and you end up in one of these fights, it's important that you hire a criminal defense attorney that has been in the courtroom with these issues before. You can find that at Varghese Summersett. You can give us a call at 281-805-2220. We're ready to fight for you.